Here we are in section 2.4. We're going to answer 18 through 23 right now. So two numbers, look at that, we got two numbers and they add to 251. The second is 41 bigger than the first. What are the two numbers? So first of all, we have to pick some variables. So I'm going to pick an S for the second number and an F for the first one. Now we know that F and S, so if we have F and S here, they add to 251. F plus S equals 251. And we also know that the second is 41 bigger than the first. Now, this is where we can do our cute little substitution thing. We don't know what F plus S, we don't know what they are here, but we do know that S is 41 plus F, and we can stick it right over in there. So we actually have F plus S, which is 41 plus F, equals 251. That's our substitution. We translated and then substituted in there, and that gave us an equation. Look at this. We're now in math happy land. We can solve this guy because we have 2F plus 41 equals 251. Subtract 41 from both sides, and we get 2F equals 210. F is 105. So F is 105. So the first number right here is 105. And now the second is 41 bigger than F. So the second equals 41 bigger than that is 146. And if you look at them, add them together, they do add to 251, and the second is 41 bigger than the first. Those are your two numbers. Good, let's try another one. Two numbers add to 336. That's important. The first, there's an F. We pick a variable for that one, is 124 bigger. So 124, this is going to be plus, than the second. And that's our second variable right there. What are the two numbers? So we've got to pick the two variables. So we're going to have an F and an S. So F plus S, they add to 336. That's what this thing tells us. Gives us an equation in math. And the first is 124 bigger than the second. So now we're going to use that special substitution right there and say, oh, we can stick that guy right in for the F and write F. Did we get that? That's F. That's what it says right there, that F equals that. Plus the second has to equal 336. Hey, we're in happy math land. This is an equation we can solve. There's only one variable to worry about. 124 plus 2s equals 336. Subtract 124 and we get 2s equals, oh boy, 112. Divide both sides by 2 and we get s equals 56. So the second is 56. The first is 124 bigger than the second. 124 plus, we'd stick it in right there, and we get that the first is 124 plus 56 is 280. And they really do. They add up to 336, and this guy's 124 bigger. So there are our two numbers right there. Excellent. Number 20. I have created a triangular garden such that the largest side is 8 meters less than twice the smallest. Whoa, that's confusing, but let's underline that. The medium side is 12 meters larger than the smallest side. That's going to help us out. If the total perimeter of the garden is 108, what are the lengths of the three sides? Look at this. We have to pick three variables. We've got the largest, the medium, and the small side. So we're going to have an L, an M, and an S. Smallest side there. So now, how do we get perimeter? Well, let's draw a picture here. So we have here the small side, the medium side, and the large side. So the total perimeter is 108 meters. Now normally perimeter you would say is, so So 108 is going to be small plus medium plus large. Now some of you won't do this little substitution thing that I'm going to do, and that's perfectly all right. You're welcome to do it how you would like to do it. But you'll see it'll end up at the same place. So the largest side is 8 meters less than twice the smallest. There's where we get 2s minus 8. Remember, 8 less than is when you subtract 8 off of it. And the medium side is 12 larger than the smallest side. Now, this is where some of you may differ. You may not just write that, and just may not write that, and just have s plus 12 and 2s minus 8. That's perfectly fine. I'm going to write this equation over here. 108 is the smallest side plus the medium side, which is s plus 12. You can consider that substitution right there, and substitution right there, plus 2s minus 8. Here we now have an equation. Look at that guy. What a happy equation we have there. 108 equals s 2s. We can combine those together. That's 4s. Plus 12 and a minus 8, that's a plus 4. So we subtract 4 and we get 4s equals 104. When we divide by 4, we get s equals 26. Now this is not the answer. This only gives us one of the answers. S is 26, but we know that the medium side is 12 bigger than this s. So the medium side, s plus 12, is 26 plus 12 is 38. And the largest side is 8 less than twice the smallest. So we take twice the smallest is 52 minus 8 is 44. Now, what's amazing about this is that it all works. Look at this. This is like magic. If you actually read this out, the largest side is 8 less than twice the smallest. The medium side is 12 larger than the smallest. And if you add all three of these guys up, you get 108. And we better make sure we've got, oh, we're in meters. So meters, meters, meters. And that is our answer. Because what are the lengths of the three sides? It's all three of them. Oh, that was a good problem. Next one, number 21. So we have a rectangle. Draw a rectangle. And it says that the length is 5 more than 3 times the width. What are the dimensions? So we've got to find the length and width. Let's pick our variables. Hey, look, naturally there's one. L for length and W for width. So we get that the length is 5 more than 3 times the width. We could write that as 3W plus 5. And it says that the perimeter is 58. Now, what is the formula for perimeter? It is perimeter equals 2L plus 2W. Well, here's our L right there. We can take that and plug it in right there. So we get 58 equals 2, 5 plus 3W plus 2W. And you can see this on the picture over here. If this is our width and this is our length, which equals 5 more than 3 times the width, then yeah, we're adding up W plus 5 plus 3W plus W over here plus 5 plus 3W over here. And that's how we're getting 58. So that gives us our equation. We know how to solve this guy. We can do that. We're in happy math land right here. We're going to get rid of the parentheses first. So we have 58 equals 10 plus 6W. So we jumped the 2 in and jumped it in again. And then add that 2W in on the side. So we got 2L plus 2W. We can do this. 8W plus 10 equals 58. Subtract 10, 8W equals 48. And W then equals, if we divide both sides by 8, 6. Our width is 6. Now notice that we're not done with it yet. We still have, we want the whole dimensions. We don't want just the width, we want the width and the length. So if the width is 6, then the length is 3 times the width and 5 more than that. So 3 times the width is 18 plus 5 is 23. And we are in millimeters, so it's got to be a 6 millimeters by, that's the width, and the length is 23 millimeters. Be sure you write that down with the right units. Number 22. 2 consecutive integers add to 123. Ooh, consecutive integers. Now consecutive again means in a row, and integers is counting numbers. So let's try this. We got to pick a variable. I'm going to do x, n, q, what? Let's do I for integers. So here's the first one, I. The next integer up would be I plus 1. So we have I and I plus 1, and it says that these two numbers add to 123. So we're going to add them equal to 123. Hey, look at that. We have our equation. Once you get to your equation, you're in happy math land. 2I plus 1 equals 123. Subtract 1, you get 2I equals 122. Divide by 2, and I equals 61. Now notice, I was our smaller guy. So this guy equals 61, and the other guy is just the next one up, which is 62. So 61 and 62 are our 2 consecutive, or integers, that are in a row. Okay, number 23. 3 consecutive odd integers. Oh boy. So here we have the smallest one. We're going to pick x for the smallest guy. The next one up isn't x plus 1. It's got to be, this guy's odd, and so the next one up is 2 bigger than he is. And then the next one up is 2 bigger than that. So if this were like 7, this would be 9, and that would be 11. Or if this were 13, then this would be 15 and 17. So that's how we stay on the odd integers, is by adding 2 and adding 4. This says it adds to 93. So it says this number and that number and that number, the 3 numbers add equal to 93. Well, look at that. We just made an equation. It's awesome. Let's simplify it now. X and x and x, that's 3x plus 6 equals 93. Subtract 6 and we get 3x equals 87. So x equals 29. Now notice we are not done. It says what are they, the 3 numbers. So we got 29 here. Then the next odd one up, the next consecutive odd, is 31. And the next one up is 33. So 29, 31, and 33, those are our 3 integers. Good.